So I'm here on my dry fire range, and I'm going to do a little gun handling exercise. I think that this is especially useful if you're very new to owning a firearm and you need to get used to handling the gun a lot, all the different controls on the gun. So to be set up for my dry fire, I'm here on the dry fire range. I have a good backstop like we talked about in the previous video. I've got a cement wall back here. There's earth behind it. We're underground. I know if something happens and the ammo fairy comes down and drops a live bullet in the chamber, that isn't going to leave the environment. It's not going to go out into space or into my kid's room or through a wall or out into the neighborhood. I've checked myself. I don't have any ammunition on me, in my pockets, loose round, a mag on a mag pouch from when I was out earlier today, anything of that nature. There's no ammunition here on the table or in my immediate environment. And when I do this, I'm going to make sure that I don't hear my phone ringing. My wife calls me from upstairs or something. I leave the area, I do something else, I get distracted and then come back down and go right to it. If something like that happens, I've got to re-inspect everything myself, the firearm, the area, start all over from new to make sure nothing's gotten contaminated, that no ammo has come in, that I didn't go upstairs and pick up a magazine off the table or something, put it in my pocket by mistake. So I've got my firearm here. I'm shooting a Glock 34. I've checked it. There's no ammo in it. I've got an empty magazine here. There's no ammunition inside that. And I've got a couple of these snap caps that we talked about before. Not real ammo, but they simulate ammo for me. And the way this exercise is going to work is I'm going to load one of these snap caps into the magazine. I'm going to put the magazine and the empty gun here on the table. I'll start with my hands on the table. You can do different hand position starts if you want. Hands over shoulders, hands on head, whatever you like, vary it up. And then I'm going to pick up the gun and the magazine, bring them up into my workspace, load the gun, present the gun, press the trigger on one of my dry fire targets back here, and then go through my unloading procedure. So with that one shot I'm firing, I'm pressing every button on the gun, I'm getting a load in the gun, and an unload on the gun. So the way that'll work, and let me just double check this here real quick. No ammo in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put a snap cap in there, and nothing in there. Just want to make sure. I'm here, I'm looking at the gun, I go, I pick up, I bring it into my workspace, I go into my loading, I present the gun, I fire. Now my finger goes into that register position that we talked about, and I go through my unloading procedure. I remove the magazine, and then I remove the snap cap from the chamber. It's important that I have both a good load and unloading procedure when I own a firearm. I want to make sure that my unloading procedure removes the source of ammunition first and then unloads it. Because if I do something like say, hey, I'm going to unload this gun, I'm going to go dry fire or what have you, I'm going to unload this gun, stick it in storage, and I take the round out of the chamber and then I remove the magazine, that was backwards. There's still a round in that chamber right there. Right? Because I didn't remove the source of ammunition first. So here, and I fired. Register position, remove the source of ammo, remove the snap cap from the chamber. And then once you're comfortable doing that, bring out the shot timer. So I've given myself a generous par time, a 3-second par time to do this unloaded table start, get a presentation on that reduced scale target. I'm using this one over here with the no shoot next to it, and I'm going to get a shot on there. All right, now I have to be, like we talked about in dry fire before, I have to be very disciplined with myself. When I fired that shot, I make sure that I have a real grip on the gun, the same way I would grip the gun if I was really shooting it and there was real ammunition involved, or else these reps they're not good. In fact, they're probably doing me more harm than good if I'm not being honest with that grip. All right, and I'm good on the sights, and I took the appropriate amount of time and attention, not so much time, but attention to that shot, because I'm using that one that's half covered by a no shoot over there. So I made sure that was realistic, and I made a realistic shot on there that I know would have actually hit the target. This is a great way for me to get a lot of reps handling the gun at home without using any ammo. And I can sit here and I can take 20 minutes out of my day and get a whole bunch of reps and work every control on this gun.